What if the exhaustion you feel isn't a sign that something is wrong with you? What if the emptiness, the silence, and the loss of motivation are not failures at all? We live in a world that teaches us to keep moving, to keep producing, to keep chasing something more. But almost no one prepares us for the moment when the engine inside us suddenly stops.
From a young age, we are told that success belongs to the tireless, the ones who wake up early, push harder, and never slow down. We are taught that rest is weakness and stillness is dangerous. So we run, faster and faster, hoping that somewhere ahead of us, life will finally make sense. But eventually, something unexpected happens. The motivation that once pushed us forward begins to fade. The ideas that once flowed so easily start to disappear. And one day, we wake up and realize that we are exhausted, not just physically, but deeply within our soul.
When that moment arrives, most people believe something has gone terribly wrong. We call it burnout. We call it failure. We call it proof that we were never strong enough to keep going. But what if we've misunderstood this moment completely? Because sometimes the most important changes in life do not begin with action. They begin with stillness. When the noise fades, when the endless running finally stops, we are left alone with something we tried to escape for a very long time: our emptiness. The quiet questions we buried under ambition, the doubts we silenced with constant movement. And in that silence, we begin to realize something uncomfortable. The path we were running on may not have been ours to begin with.
This is the moment the story begins to change. What we once called failure slowly reveals itself as something else entirely. Burnout is not always the end of a calling. Sometimes it is the collapse of the ego that was trying to force a life that was never meant for us. Life has a strange way of stopping us when we refuse to stop ourselves. When the body grows tired, when the mind grows heavy, when the passion disappears, it may not be punishment. It may be a reset. Because the moment our old ambitions collapse, something new becomes possible. A purpose not driven by pressure. A path not fueled by fear. But something quieter, deeper, and far more meaningful.
So if you find yourself standing in the silence, if the motivation that once drove you has disappeared, if everything feels uncertain and still, do not assume that your story is ending. Sometimes the moment everything falls apart is the moment your real journey finally begins.